Wow, look at this. All these people so close to each other and hugging? Oh my God, this isn't appropriate. This is like X-rated material these days.
This is insanity.
Hey, you remember when we thought the apocalypse was going to look like this?
So prepare to meet your doom, mortals. This is where the trolley ends.
Instead, it just means we have to stay home and watch Quibi. I mean, watch this. Look at this.
Combine your bodies. Combine your bodies to become Combine your bodies. Combine your bodies to become one bodies. Combine your bodies.
Can you believe there was ever a time when I told my friends to combine their bodies? I sure can't. But it happened in July of 2019 when we gathered every StarKid we could get our hands on to celebrate our 10-year anniversary in Los Angeles. It was a wonderful time.
This guy!
Actually, all this led to a big concert we called StarKid Homecoming, and you were there too. You know what? Let's just go back. Let's take a look at all this stuff. This is fun. Let me start from the beginning. But first, how about a few more hugs? I'm enjoying this. Yes, that's nice.
Back to the place where our story begins at Hogwarts, Hogwarts. Hogwarts, Hogwarts. I didn't hear you, kid. Hogwarts, Hogwarts. Yeah.
Oh, I like that!
Yeah, should there be like
Okay, so 2019 was the 10-year anniversary of StarKid, of when we put a Harry Potter musical on YouTube. So to celebrate, we were going to throw this big concert in Los Angeles. So here's me flying to LA. Oops, that's actually Chicago. Ignore that. So for this first part, we actually took our friend Liam, who helped us make this whole behind-the-scenes thing, and we split him in two. Half of them went to go see Nick Lang.
You're still sleeping on an air mattress?
You know it.
And half went to come see me and Corey. Two special boys, two special boys, two special boys. We've got a special boy pointing a camera at me, but he doesn't know I'm pointing a camera at him. We've got a special boy, another special boy, so special to be a boy. That's me, by the way, right there.
Don't this. Now. Welcome to my humble abode.
Here, sit down. Tell me about this this show.
Can
overall.
we go where I don't have garbage?
Sure.
There is no place where I don't have garbage.
It is Tuesday, July 23rd. It is not really the morning, but not yet the afternoon. Kind of like Britney Spears. I'm not a girl, not yet a woman.
This is going to be some process.
How many days are we till the show?
It's the day after tomorrow.
So everything happens over the next 3.5 days. Tomorrow, we've got an all-day rehearsal. It's like 10 hours or something like that. And then Thursday is the show. And then on Friday, we've got 2 shows.
The way that we're doing it is that we've got 2 rehearsal rooms for singing. So the rehearsal rooms, they can double the amount of time per song. So that doubles that. And we got 40 people in the show. We got 40 people. So I'm making a grid where I'm going to divide the stage up into 40 sections. And I'm going to give everyone a number. And I'm going to say, in this song, you stand in 2. Or you stand in 35, you know? And that's where you stay for the whole number. And some people were telling me to put dancing in this thing. And it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to have people dance.
So it's just standing, like move here and.
Well, it's gonna look good though. But here's the thing: this concert has a 13-piece orchestra.
Our 2 superheroes are Clark and AJ. And AJ's been working with the band, with the orchestra, to get everything ready on their end. And Clark has been doing an amazing job sending out all these different parts that have Clark singing all the parts himself. It's amazing how fast the songs come back. So Andrew Fox, who did the orchestrations for Twisted, is working with AJ, and it sounds like maybe some more people as well, to create these orchestrations for the band.
So what's your stress level right now?
Well, I'm trying not to feel, it won't hit me until tomorrow. It's like, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to not be stressed. It's like, the concert, I think, is going to be great, honestly. I'm not incredibly worried about it. Like, I trust that it'll come together. I'm just more stressed out. I'm nervous about all the parts, all the moving parts, but I have to trust everybody that they'll do their thing. I'm, like, more worried about, like, oh, is all the catering ordered? Do we have all the signs that we need? Do people know where to park? You know, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I need to ask you about parking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Meanwhile, let's check in with some people who are getting ready for this big event.
So, I'm packing for Homecoming. Ooh, my dog is not very happy about it, but I have no idea what to pack. So, I'm bringing a suitcase that is literally the same size as me. I have no idea what to bring.
All right, we're heading to our big rehearsal extravaganza for StarKid. Everyone's been practicing on their own, and now we're all going to get together and make a show. I'm excited. I haven't seen some of these people in quite a few years.
Maybe this will make some video or behind the scenes at one point. This is me on Tuesday before rehearsal. I'm Joey. That's Diane. Hi, Diane. She doesn't care. I haven't showered. I haven't shaved. Still have to go to the mall. Still have to find out what I'm wearing for the show. That's kind of where I'm at.
Excuse me, sir, have you ever heard of StarKid? We're heading to do a StarKid show right now.
Star Wars, I love it.
StarKid.
For kids?
Kind of.
Nice, man. Well, have fun. I don't have any change. Thanks, man.
All right. People are really friendly here in LA.
If I'm being honest, I'm feeling a bit anxious. Tummy's rumbling, seeing a lot of people, singing a lot of songs. Got a lot of people who bought tickets to this. Want to make sure we do a good job.
Bumblebee tuna. Many mumbling mice are making midnight music in the moonlight. Come to my barbecue, please.
Well, I'm not finding a damn thing at Forever 21. It's pretty much a big fail here. Off to H&M, I guess. Oh, and I just have a mustache now.
And that's it, just 3 people. Alona, Brian, and Joey. That's all who sent me videos, so that's all you get.
And I shaved my mustache.
And now we're back here to the hugging part. Still strange. I miss it, though. All right, let's keep going.
It's time! Look back on the last 10 years! In that part of the room! In a circle!
So, welcome everyone. It's weird. This is great. It's surreal. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. I'll go with my first instinct. But it's fun. Weird. Today is gonna be a little fast. We're gonna have to kind of clip along.
Hell yeah.
Cause yeah, baby. Because we're doing this huge, massive concert, and thank you all so much for coming out to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have 2 rooms going that with music. I think you guys all know the idea. So you guys will be jumping back and forth between music rooms, and then I will be taking each of you individually for like 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll go through your staging, and I'm going to have little sheets for you guys, so we'll try to make this as simple as possible. So other than that, does anyone need to say anything? Would anyone like to say anything?
I would. Did everybody get my email about Seth?
Yeah!
Okay. Most important. Mainly because the front part of that email was just giving a really quick important shout out for those of you that may have glazed over because there's a lot of emails. Just to give some serious love to a couple people.
Yes.
AJ and Clark have been working their asses off. How big is the orchestra? 13-piece orchestra, which is the first time for StarKid. Andrew Fox is not here, did an amazing last-minute job doing a lot of these arrangements, and they sound phenomenal. Corey Leibowitz has been also busting his ass for the past Angela and Sarah who are doing all the production stuff. Actually, this is my last shout out to everybody else. Everybody has a lot of shit going on in their lives. I realize that we have jobs, we have shows. AJ has a one-man show he's got to do in Edinburgh like in 2 seconds. Everyone's got a lot of things happening, and the fact that people made time to be here is really, really special because the bad news is there are a lot of us and this is crazy, but the good news is there are a lot of us and this is crazy. And it's really cool that we can prioritize having all of us here above trying to have, you know, hours and hours and days of rehearsal. So I think we're going to prevail because this is something we've done before. And I think at the end of the day, it's fun. And remember, it's just a rehearsal for the 20-year in 2029 for World 40.
Just a quick note about music rehearsal, how we'll try to make it go for all of them. Because we don't have a lot of time for rehearsal, we're kind of not gonna rehearse much. It's like, so we'll probably start with just like, we're gonna run the thing and see what happens and then address where problems are. So just be ready for that. And if we can do things quicker than the allotted time, we will do that.
Great.
So if you're like the next slot, be ready to maybe jump in early if we're ready for you.
I would say also, Clark sent out those amazing recordings with all the parts. Thank you so much, Clark. Today, it would be a great time if you have a break for a minute and you see, oh, this song's coming up in 10 minutes. Listen to that recording right before you get into the room so you can refresh it. Like, as Clark said, we really just have time to run things and then fix problem areas. So the more you can be listening to those and just getting ready for whatever's coming up and anticipating, the better.
AJ, are you ready for people now? All right, guys, let's get started.
Cool. So, you want to just try and run it? Yeah, why not? Cool. So, we're singing Days of Summer. Joey, you're the first one to sing. And the part at the top happens twice. So you'll hear it. And again.
We got these days of summer to remind us of each other.
Dream about at night.
No matter if it's sooner or later, I know that it's gonna be alright. Don't wanna see you.
God, it's like I haven't seen a lot of people in a long time. It's awesome. Everyone looks pretty good. Everyone seems pretty happy. I don't know. How's that?
Me that makes me better wherever I go. So I will try not to cry, but no one needs to say goodbye.
I love this, man. It's like my favorite thing to do. I love getting to write these songs, I like getting to hear them from all these friends that are just like the closest people in my life. It's like the dream.
Walking into that room today and seeing faces that I haven't seen. I mean, I cried when I saw Jamie. It's been a really painfully long time. I saw Jamie, and then I saw Joey, and then I saw Darren, and then I saw Joe and Lauren. I mean, everywhere you looked, there was somebody new that you haven't seen in a decade. So that was really surreal.
But no one needs to say goodbye.
Yeah. And then I think Darren's going to say a few words here.
Well, looks like it's that time again.
Are you ready?
Two witches and wizards.
We got a lot to do to work it out.
We got a lot to do to make it work. We got a lot to do to work it out.
We gotta make the most of our time here. Make the most of it. Do the best that we can here. Gotta do a lot of work to make it. Make the most of our time here. Make the most of it. Doing all that we can here. You'd be surprised by how much you can. Make the most of our time here. Make the most of it. Doing all that we can here. Gotta do a lot of work to make it. Make the most of our time here. Make the most of it. Doing all that we can here. We gotta do a lot of work to make it right.
Alright, sounds great. Carlos told us a few days ago that he can join us for the concert.
You know, I decided to come incognito. You know, I didn't want anybody to recognize me on the street. So, you know, I didn't I tried not to advertise myself or what I do.
So we're trying to turn this 1001 Nights pop version into a duet, but Brittany doesn't get here until tomorrow because she's in Tootsie on Broadway.
My suitcase here and my bags. I'm about to go sit at my friend's place.
You have to say hi to the camera here.
Oh, hello!
Hey, Brittany.
Hi, Leah. We just got done with the show here, so yeah, I'm off to go sleep in Brooklyn so I can fly from JFK to LAX tomorrow, and I should be in town at 8:30 in the morning.
What a superstar. What a jet-setting superstar you are.
So we're rehearsing with her via FaceTime, and because of the FaceTime delay, we're singing in time, but Brittany's vocals come through about, what, like like 2 beats delayed?
Yeah, a quarter note to a half note later.
Yeah.
I never cared for stories till you entered mine. But now my only wish is that our hearts may intertwine.
Yes.
This sounds amazing.
Yeah, and you should actually, on your end, it sounds good?
Does this feel unusual for StarKid?
No, this is how we do all our shows.
You know, the goal is to get a shower in before I show up at the theater. If I can do that, everything will be great.
Always shower, kids. Always shower.
Do you remember the train bit?
Yeah.
The train bit started with a...
This year's gonna go. Get me a glass, let the butterbeer flow. Maybe at last I'll talk to Cho. Oh no, that'd be way too awesome.
You know that when I saw you guys doing a Harry Potter musical, it was the most magical experience I've ever had. I was so proud of you guys. It really is the best thing I've ever seen.
A lot's happened in 10 years. We figured out a lot. I've learned so much. I liked writing songs, but I didn't really know how to write songs for singers, and I still don't. I'm still learning. I always feel supremely underqualified and intimidated with, when I'm around AJ or Clark or people who are consummate musical directors and musicians, and I'm okay, but those guys exist on a level that really kind of lift me up. So in the past 10 years, I've really had to learn how to do that better.
03, right?
Yeah, I was
03.
15 years old.
Yeah.
15 on my way to 16. So that's a long time ago.
Yeah, man. San Francisco.
We've known each other for almost 20 years.
I know. It doesn't feel like that.
It doesn't at all. The thing that I always say to people about Dylan Saunders, because I don't know why I said this at the time, but when my parents asked me, I forget who asked me how class was, and I was like, some cool people there. I met this guy. I was I feel like it's the kind of people, with you in mind, kind of people I want to go to college with. whatever that means.
And then we just did. Yeah, we did
and
that.
then we ended up doing that.
Now it's 10 years later.
Now we've been doing this forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing this
I
forever.
remember. Okay, here's another way to put it in perspective. I've known you long enough for a time that I had to memorize phone numbers. So I still have. You know how you like remember your childhood friends' numbers?
Yeah.
Because you had to memorize numbers.
Hi, Mrs. Chris. It's Darren.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Miss Sauna's still.
I had your phone number memorized.
Wow.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
It is time to die.
I'm a little tired right now, honestly. I realize I don't sing all day, every day anymore. So I was like coming in for like, you know, I knew it was gonna be a long day, but I was excited and I'm tired. They're working their asses off. Everyone's getting married now. Everyone's got rings on their fingers. It's fun. We got some kids. Apparently we got some buns in the oven. It's 10 years.
No, that checks out to me.
Yeah.
StarKid resulting in marriages and potential future families is like exactly as it should be.
StarKid didn't leave a lot of room for people to actually be out and about meeting other people, so it really is just a byproduct of the intensity.
It's what happens when you lock a bunch of people in the same rehearsal room and sing about bugs and Batman.
Corey, how are things going?
Great. This is a bad time, but here you are.
It's going well. My stuff will really get going tomorrow once I'm in the space and can play with all the lights. I am going to try to make it seem like they live in the world of the shows that they come from. So I'm going to go back, reference all of my old lighting designs for it. So it should be good. I've done all of them except for a Harry Potter musical and Me and My Dick. My favorite StarKid musical is Holy Musical Batman, for sure. The coolest lighting I've ever done.
I was really, really excited to see my roommate Rachel Soglin. We live in the same city, but we never see each other, so I really like that.
I haven't seen Allie Gordon in a really long time. I only communicate with her via Twitter, and she's really funny, and I was like, I'm just excited to see her.
I was really excited to see Corey and Bonnie and Jamie Lynn because we were all in the same class at Michigan.
It was really cute. I got to see her reunite with Bonnie, and I
cried.
They both pretty cried, but like I wanted to cry. And I'm like, I don't really know either of you, but this is so sweet.
I was excited to see Jim Povola.
Well, I see Jim pretty regularly, but his hair is so long right now.
For me, it was seeing Jim Povolo yesterday. I haven't seen him in probably 10 or 11 years. So this guy.
Songo is not the first to say they were most excited to see you.
Well, we're almost to my quota.
What is that quota?
What is that?
10, 20?
17. And there's 40 of us. That's not even half. And let's not be egotistical here.
I think you're ready to go. We should do that.
Yeah, it's good. It feels too good.
Can I tell you something funny? Clark sent me a text that was like, do you remember your dance from Back on Top from Annie? And I was like, fuck yes. Or I think I responded with duh. And he goes, great, that's awesome. And then he sent me a text back that was like, we actually got a strict veto on all dancing. There's absolutely no dancing in the show.
I don't have time for that.
Even though yours is a solo and no one else would have to do it, there is absolutely nothing. I was like, cool. Awesome.
I don't have time to have people dance. When something strikes you as too much to handle, push it away from your head.
My hormones are freaking
running it for the first time, and it's the last time before the audience sees it. So
we all messed up at the same time. We messed up in unison.
What did you guys mess up?
Well, I don't know. We didn't get our cue for that.
We didn't sing going back to Hogwarts.
We didn't come in.
We just have to make sure we know what we're doing. And I've got a little surprise for this one too. It'll be fun. Totally.
What's the surprise?
Yeah, a little Easter egg. I think we were talking about it with Nick the other day as well. One thing I was just wondering about that, I don't know if it is possible to make it as more of an Easter egg that like there could be a little on one camera, like a 2-second zoom, just so it's like, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know if it matters.
We'll
but
tell him.
Just expect a little Bob Dylan nod. And in the end of Act 1 finale, if I look confused, it is not by accident, for once. But all the other times I look confused in the show were probably by accident.
What the hell? Oh, nope, that's not me. Hufflepuffs are particularly good finders. What the hell is a Hufflepuff? Back to witches and wizards and magical beasts. Here we go. Yes, please. One shot, two shots in the night. And he's on after love. He's just one boy.
Okay. Oh yeah, we are spacing through. Sure. We're actually ahead of schedule, so that's cool.
Oh, hey.
And right now we're just running the old Voldemort is going down.
They're doing Voldemort is going down? No one likes that song.
Pum, 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 pum. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is what that is. Oh, it is. So it goes our turn.
Make a joyful sound.
Yeah.
See, this is magic, Liam. This is what you should be here for.
Where are you?
Where are you now? Oh, you're here.
Oh, okay.
You're good. Sorry, I'm really
Yeah,
sorry.
no, you're right.
It's not weird that we'd be singing Voldemort is going down. It's cool because you go, that's the song from the first show. And honestly, when we were singing it earlier, I go, this sounds good.
It's really working out swimmingly. Someone
Agree with that assessment, Corey?
Yeah.
Smoothly?
Yeah, it's been going great today. Everyone's doing a great job. And I'm just watching them.
That's why you did all the work ahead of time, so that today, hopefully everything just flows the way it's supposed to.
Has it started to hit you guys yet, the fact that it's a 10-year reunion?
Yeah, Liam.
Wow, I just freaked out because I feel like I don't know those lines at the end of the show. Like the ones that are like...
Somebody get him a
That
script.
are your lines?
Somebody get him a script.
My lines.
Oh, yeah.
Someone get this man a script.
I did it earlier, but it was like very slow, and Corey Doris said that he thought I was doing a bit.
I thought you were doing a bit too.
We all did.
What?
I used to work in this
You were saying this.
hotel. I used to work events in this hotel.
It's
wild.
And now I'm singing in it. I used to bartend and serve, cater waiter. I would walk these halls with trays of cheese.
Trays of cheese.
With trays
Sorry,
of
I need
cheese.
some water.
Is it more nerve-wracking or less nerve-wracking?
I think it's less nerve-wracking. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth, and I'm going to just be surrounded by like 40 people, so I'm sure no one will hear me. And I'm really short. I'm in the back, so no one will see me, which is fine.
Awesome. So won't be seen, won't be heard.
Won't be seen, won't be heard, but we'll be a part of the fun. That's what I want.
How are you feeling for the show? Scared. Tired.
That'll be great.
Yeah, okay.
Is it, does that make it more nerve-wracking or less? Is there no time to worry?
I think it makes it less because in some way the stakes are lower.
Right.
Because you go, hey, if it goes terribly long, we go, well, at least we didn't rehearse it that much. But if you rehearsed it for a long time and then it goes poorly, it's heartbreaking.
I feel like StarKid thrives under pressure.
No,
well, this has been
a very emotional night for me. I've cried twice. It brings back a lot of emotions. I think yesterday at the rehearsal room, like every time I walked into a room, it was like walking back into a new memory. Like every room was like filled with people that were like from different parts of my life. It was very surreal.
I feel less pressure because this doesn't feel like reality. This feels like an awful fever dream.
Yeah.
Like a nightmare.
This has felt like the nightmare where you go like, quick, hear your lines, like, and like your stage cues, and you wake up and you're like, wait, I'm in the middle of a show and I don't know where to go or what to say. It's
guys,
been a nightmare.
in a few minutes, we're gonna wake up in the middle of a show.
Yeah, and it's like Wizard of Oz where you wake up and see everyone. You're like, and you were there, and you were there, and it's like everyone from your life.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. So, first off, again, I just want to thank you guys all for coming out and doing this. I think that this is going to be such a special night for so many people. The people in the audience I've been up there, they are very, very excited. And they are, this is going to be like the best night of some of their years, you know? So yeah, so thank you so much. I think it's going to be great. And, yeah, that's about it. It's just like, have a great show. Enjoy it, guys. You know, this is like the culmination of 10 years. So, have fun.
I'm saying some words up top, and for those that know me, I think I and other people make fun of me for being verbose, but I am very particular when I have sort of public speaking opportunities, because there's a lot that I would like to say, especially when you're dealing with StarKid, and I want it to be really concise and genuine. So I'm just, of course, figuring that out. 15-20 minutes before I go on stage. It feels like a StarKid show. I haven't been in a StarKid show in a long time, so it's nice to be able to be back in that zone.
Chris, and we're so excited for tonight. It's been a crazy day, but it's true StarKid tradition, and we wouldn't have it any other way. A lot of you are coming from all over the place. Tell me where you're coming from so I can't understand. That's amazing. Yeah, this is an entirely fan-funded show, thank you very much. But if you were dragged here tonight and don't know what StarKid is and you're looking in from the outside, you're gonna have a hard time knowing what is going on. As accompanied by this beautiful, incredible, first time for StarKid, 13-piece orchestra. I'm very excited about this. The show will be approximately, I don't know how long. So let's get this show on the road. But before we do that, I invite all of you to come join me back to late 2018. Tiny little town of Hatchetfield, where his worst nightmares become his reality. With songs by our very own Jeff Blim. Give it up for the cast.
Stories ever told, how the hero who must be bold. They learn a sense of right and wrong, and gotta learn this sense through song.
Musicals tell the impossible. They mold the philosophical, yeah.
And tonight we're gonna chronicle a story so astronomical.
The last remaining story to tell.
The guy who didn't like musicals.
joke was, we'll get it on Saturday when the shows are over. But I really felt like that was so fun that everyone was having like free. We were like crisp with our lyrics, and it's so amazing to look into the audience and see everyone like singing along, and like we can see the people in the front row, so we can connect with them, and they go crazy when we look. Oh my God, the fans are amazing. That was so fun.
Meredith, you'll like this story. So I walked into the hotel, and there was a plate of what looked like yogurt-covered nuts and like dusted dry fruit. And I was like, yum! And I like grabbed them and shoved them in my mouth and bit down, and they were rocks. And I was like, I actually am Curie. Like I literally was like, it's a nut, but it was a rock.
Brant.
Honestly, the Brant chant is one of the most humiliating things that will and continues to happen in my life. And the fact that I've already had to experience it once in this run is...
I missed the Brant chant?
It already happened.
Fuck!
It's consistently traumatizing and a highlight for everyone else except me. So, honestly, I don't know. Do you know when? Like, I
think that everyone just loves Brant, and it happens naturally.
It started in Starship. I don't know how or why, and then it's just followed me around. Part of it is because everyone knows I hate it so much, and then that makes people happy.
It does. It makes me happy.
What do you think about Starship?
That was really when I really got to know everybody.
Okay.
And I really became friends with everybody, and I'm still friends with everybody. And like that was kind of my, so I think of that like in a very nostalgic way of like, that was like not just my entry point into StarKid, but like also like where I picked up a bunch of new friends too.
Dylan and I, the only reason I think we were roommates was because we went on tour together.
That's true.
Yeah,
I can say
that's
that
totally true.
with certainty. And it was like, bam.
Yeah.
It was just like like an accident, happy accident.
Best roommate other than my significant other.
Yeah. Except for that one day.
Yeah, when you flipped out and threw on the...
Yeah, I flipped out one day. I got mad and moved all of his stuff. It was cool.
That was
maybe not my crowning achievement.
And now, an interlude exclusively focusing on Joe Walker.
Lauren, so what the fuck happened with the mic or something?
Oh my God, Joe, and honestly this is classic because he's crazy. So Joe was running on stage for his Me and My Dick entrance, and he was so excited that he knocked the handheld mic off the stand and just into, thank God the pit's covered today, because it went onto the pit. But if it was tomorrow, it would have gone into the pit.
I love you more than anything.
It was just like getting your reaction. You were smiling, and then it went.
It was crazy, because he was, it's Joe, so he was like, and he like just fucking flung it off. It was honestly like I was like, now it's a StarKid show. Well, first it was a StarKid show because someone backstage talked into their mic before the show started, and I was like, now it's a StarKid show.
Real quick, I gotta ask, what happened?
Here we go.
On stage?
My fingers missed the microphone. And so it got thrown downstage towards the audience, but I picked it up very quickly. I'd say the big fuck up was that I missed my entrance, the musical entrance. That was the real mistake. Dropping the microphone. Microphones come and go, but entrances, You don't fuck those up.
I don't know if it was intended, but when Joe just came like barreling into Joey
knocked over
in
the mic
last
stand,
bit.
A+.
Yes, it was amazing.
Well done.
How excited were you guys for the show before it started? 1 to 10.
So excited. 10. 10. Definitely 10.
What are you after the first half?
Like 1,000 million.
15.
Oh, 1,000 million.
I mean, now that we know Harry Potter musical is coming, now it's like infinity. But
Yeah, infinity.
Who's killing it on stage?
Jamie.
Lauren.
Jamie is all of them.
All of them.
Oh. And Denise's moves are just.
And Joey's been great fun.
Denise and Meredith like hugging each other on stage.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
I really love seeing everybody. Meredith introduced me to everybody here.
Well, Denise and I grew up together.
Yeah,
We grew up together.
I remember like very distinct first impressions of people. One, and it's mainly by what they ate. Like Joey Richter showed up with a Subway pizza, and I was like, you don't do that. And then Lauren Lopez pulled out of her purse just a sweet potato that was pre-cooked with no toppings on it. Just like a shriveled, pre-cooked, yet cold. So it once was warm, now cold sweet potato, and just started going like, and I was like, I'm in the GD Twilight Zone.
I feel like Dean and I hit it off pretty quickly. Like that was right. I hit it off very quickly with these two. Brian, I felt like I had instant rivalry with because he beat me at the game where you hit the hammer, sending the thing up to hit the bell. And,
that's like a bad 90s like
and I
dramedy.
beat Joe Walker, and I was feeling really proud of myself, and I was feeling really puffed up. And then Brian came in and just with sheer anger, just annihilated both of us. I thought, wow, what a competitive motherfucker.
One of the first times Nick and Denise and I hung out, we decided to do a dance for one of Nick's songs.
That's true.
And I was having tummy troubles. I won't go too much further into that.
You shit your pants, I think.
But I will tell you that my impression of Nick was when I opened the door, he was a man in a terry cloth shirt. I looked down and he's wearing bright yellow Crocs, and one of them had a foot about this big, and he was like, "It's a bee sting. I got a really swollen foot." And it was
I was trying to impress Meredith, and I was telling her how good of an athlete I was. I'm like, actually, I'm a pretty good athlete. And right then, I got stung by a bee, and I fell on.
You went, ow! Ow!
I'm sweating thinking about it.
Hey, Joe, did you enjoy the last Joe Walker interlude?
I was not happy about that.
Ooh, well, then you're not gonna like this.
Well, I too also was pressing for choreography over the last, say, month.
I don't have time for that.
Pressing for choreography. I don't have time for that.
Joe danced so hard that he sprained his ankle.
A bunch of us were up on the mezzanine watching Joe Walker while he was just having a ball. Having a ball on stage as Voldemort.
In my mind, the joke is that I've done a kick line and all this stuff, and then finally the biggest dance of the show is going, just a stupid dance that's like not a real move. And so I really went for it, and it was like, always dance, and it was like a second, and it was like, and it was just like, oh, and I mean, if it was videotaped, you can see me because I stopped doing the kick and just do this. Just like up and down.
No, he just started like dancing insanely, and it was super entertaining. But you talk to him about it, he says that started happening because he was actually trying to not think about the fact he's just sprained his ankle.
I should have stopped jumping up and down immediately, but
that is true commitment.
And right now, did you see his ankle? It looks horrible.
Because the ceiling of the theater looks like bacon, and I already said my favorite part of this show is looking at the bacon ceiling, but now I want to say looking at your bacon foot.
Look at the bacon foot. The bacon foot that looks like a Tremors came out of the ground and ate it.
Like a Tremors.
A Tremors ate the bacon.
That's the Michigan difference.
He was going full on today. He did not hold anything back. You would never tell. And he must be in mind-numbing pain.
I went to the walk-in clinic, And they confirmed that it's sprained. They asked me if I could stay off of it. And I said, no, I need to dance on it for like the next 8 hours. And they said, okay, well, you know, compress it, keep it elevated when you're off stage, use ice, and since you are going to dance on it for 8 hours, maybe you should consider coming in tomorrow for an x-ray. So that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, I made this pop-up book.
Oh, no way!
Wow.
Oh yeah, there you go. And for Black Friday, the guy who didn't like musicals.
Oh my God, that's Charlotte's sweater with the glue goo coming up.
Whoa!
Firebringer, Annie, Trailer Oregon, Twisted, senior year.
Wait, this is so well done.
Oh,
Look at these little guys.
wow,
So
that's
cute.
Did they put their info on it?
Batman.
That's
So
wow.
What the
Great.
fuck? Where's Superman?
This
sucks.
Starship.
Whoa,
What the fuck? Where's Junior?
Sequel.
Wow.
That's a good one. Oh, look at how much fucking space. You can't put Lupin in?
Me and my dick.
Where's Flopsy?
And of course.
What the fuck? Oh, I wasn't in this one. What the fuck?
Oh shit.
Thank you. The very first live show I went to was Apocalypter in 2012. I met her through StarKid. I met them through StarKid. They're from San Diego. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people. I'm from the Philippines and I've been a fan since I was there, and I have a lot of friends there who are also StarKid fans, and they actually introduced me to StarKid. So, Liam, can I actually give this to you?
You won.
It was like the best night of my entire life.
Literally, same for me.
So fun.
The best part was for the second half, we got moved down to Orchestra.
We were in the upper balcony.
It was so amazing. It was right when you're singing. It's totally awesome. We were looking at each other and singing that together. It was such a fantastic show. Every single part of it was fantastic.
I mean, I'm going to say the same thing. I've been watching StarKid since I was 9, and now I'm going to be 18 in 5 days. So, like, I've never seen them live, so I'm kind of losing it here.
I really like Get Back to How It Works. I know that sounds really cliche, but I really just like seeing all the original StarKids back.
I was like doing really well. I was like, not gonna cry. I didn't cry at the other reunion. I'm gonna be fine. And then when Carlos and Brittany came out, Bonnie and Meredith.
Loved it. So we were talking about how we've never been around so many people that know what we're talking about and like actually enjoy it, because usually it's just us like shoving it down our friends and family's throats, and they're like, cool.
This is my graduation present. I just graduated high school.
It was amazing. I can honestly say I've never been happier.
I just want to sound good because there's 2 shows today. And we just had a lot. We just had like 3 crazy days of more singing than I've done in the last year and a half, 2 years. So I want to make sure that I sound good today. But
So what are you drinking?
some throat coat.
Right over to the left.
My best girl. I'm just drinking my best girl.
Hi, we're a motley crew. Joe sprained his ankle. I am sick with this. I got tummy troubles. Everything's just.
Man. I don't know. I mean, even more recently, when you go and do it, it's a small house. You've been practicing for a month. It like feels different.
Yeah.
This is so wild because you go out there and it's just like.
It's such a whirlwind.
Whoa.
It does feel like tour again. This is like,
Yeah.
it feels like tour.
Feels like tour again. But
We got our
yeah,
earplugs,
I mean,
we like, I'm sick. It's like.
yeah, exactly.
I was the stage manager for the very first Potter musical, my freshman year. I mean, I was honored to be like asked back. I was like, oh my God, they remembered that I was around at the beginning. It was cool. Yeah, so. It's changed in the scope Like, we were making props out of cardboard boxes when we were making the original Potter show, and now they clearly have a lot more money and a lot bigger, you know, production value, which is really cool to see. But what stayed the same is the whole spirit of it, you know? It's just like friends putting together stuff that they like that other people seem to like too.
Me and Lauren were introverts, so
Yeah.
we try to escape whenever we can. I don't like being around big groups, so I come in here and just shut my... Whoa. My first show with StarKid was Firebringer. So I played the role of Chorn. Yes. And it's been a wild ride. I have a really weird story. So the bartender at the Ace Hotel, we went to college together in Florida. Whoa. And I was posing for pictures and I looked at him and I was like, Dan? He's like, are you famous now? And I was like, I don't know.
When I was in Twisted, the only StarKid show that I've been privileged to be in, Joe, to warm up, would sing, would belt, would scream The Impossible Dream every single night. So like 20 minutes before the show, that's what he would warm up with. And it was like a 5-minute song warm up that everyone else, we weren't allowed to participate in the warm up. It was like, Joe's gonna sing it. If you guys ask him, I think he will warm up that way. He was doing it, maybe yesterday he did it, but that's my best memory. Because it's very dramatic and it's very Joe.
I think probably my favorite StarKid memory was at a Mary Potter senior year. We all had these like mics that were on us, and they were supposed to turn off when we left the stage, but they just stayed on, and somebody went to the bathroom, and you could hear it all. I somehow got blamed for it. It was not me.
Yesterday was one of the best days of my life.
Yeah, you guys were
I
great.
say that in all sincerity. How about you?
Yeah.
I'm in a post-stress world. I'm just walking around like doing the things.
I cried last night, but I won't do it again.
I'm still going like this after every song.
I know, I noticed that, and
Just
I
like
said,
he asked.
So Nick, who is the best at taking direction?
well, I gotta say Meredith. It's been every single time.
Yeah.
This, and that's really some of the only direction I gave this whole
Wait, you gave that as a direction?
Yesterday was so... Thanks, yeah, I'm sweating. I don't actually have words. It was so much energy, and we went to sleep, and I like could still hear like screaming. Do you know what I mean? That sounded scary. I don't mean it in a scary way. I mean it in a good way. And then like we were like getting ready to do this today, and we were doing sound check, and they were like warming up with the flutes, and I was looking out of this big empty house, and like one of the biggest theaters I've ever really honestly ever had the chance to perform in, and it was like these beautiful like cinematic moment that I got to live in for free. I got to be in a movie for free today. It's also it's funny because it feels less to me like actions and more like just like the people you happen to be friends with and like the group of people that happen to like coagulate, so to speak. And it's like that's what people pay, that's like what has paid off. It's like, oh, this is our college reunion. We're just happening to sing. Does that make sense?
This show's like, I feel like a highlight reel, and so it's like hitting me with the feels like every single song, and it's really intense. Yoni! I've been talking about you a lot because you're fresh on my mind. So many late nights. It's a good thing we're so close because we work like 24 hours a day.
Got into each other's head real deep, yeah.
So he asked me what I thought maybe was the hardest or craziest show. I said maybe Twisted because
of timeline?
Everything from scratch kind of thing. It was like probably the most StarKid from
well, and
scratch.
also it was trying to make cartoon costumes look real.
What is different about working on a StarKid show as opposed to other projects?
Oh, no doubt the fact that you're working with people that you know how to work with. Like the fact that June and I could jump into a project and we just knew we knew exactly how it was going to go, the process, we were comfortable with each other, and that kind of like memory, like just like work memory into it was just made everything easier and more magical, and then you could actually push yourself further because you knew you could trust the people that you were working with.
100%, that's such a good answer.
Thank you, guys.
Here's a guy who had a part in the show. So AJ,
Yeah?
post show.
Well, we're just talking about how it took us 10 years, but we think we finally learned how to put on a show.
Yeah, we've been training for 10 years to do this.
It's an amazing thing we get to do like once in a blue moon, and it's at once like so bizarre and so familiar because we've been in and out of the StarKid thing for the last decade.
It's like everybody got so good at singing over the past 10 years.
Yeah, suddenly everyone
That's
can
great.
sing.
Everyone can sing now. It's way better than 10 years
walked into
ago.
the rehearsal and I went 1, 2, 3, 4. And they went, and I was like, oh, okay. So we got 12 hours. Let's make it better.
It feels great. It's almost like, I mean, because I haven't really been like away from the company for that long because we've been doing the guy who didn't like musicals. But the interesting part is having like all 40 plus of us coming in. It really feels like, I thought it would be weird and awkward, but really it's just this big feeling of comfort and like of people knowing you and knowing you from 10 years ago and what you're all about.
It's been weird. Well, what's weird about how it's been is how not weird it's been, if that makes any sense. Like, seeing all these people, that it feels like I just saw them, and it's been 8, 9 years.
How'd the bit go over? Did anyone notice the Bob Dylan bit?
It was a hard maybe on the close-up. I'm feeling good about it. But I think it's one of those things that like in 10 years someone will notice, and then the world will see. Now we play. You too, I hope, Liam. Because you're one of our friends too, Liam, the man behind the camera.
And the orchestra sounded unbelievable. So even hearing like the old familiar stuff with the new orchestrations, like Clark and AJ outdid themselves. I also personally love standing off stage and watching them conduct because both those guys just like feel the music so hard. So cool. It's incredible.
Yeah. It's such a dream. I mean, I literally remember being a kid, like doing this to cast albums in my room, Like, I've always wanted to be a conductor, but I don't have any formal training, so no one would give me a chance to do it. But the great thing is StarKid doesn't care about that at all. So I somehow got this approved. This should never have been approved, by the way. A 13-piece orchestra, no one should ever have said yes to this. Like, we didn't think they would. We asked going, they won't say yes to this. They'll say no, and then we'll get an 8-piece orchestra, and that'll be incredible, But then they said yes, and then we went, oh no. Oh God, we've got to make this happen now.
I'm honestly overwhelmed. It's like insane to come back 10 years later and have people singing the songs as passionately.
Is it more passionately? I feel like people have gotten more passionate.
Great job, guys.
You too,
buddy. Our tremendous.
Tyler.
Yeah?
Fucking Hufflepuff. That
Yes.
Hufflepuff
It's
line literally. Seriously.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
so
They love it. They love it. They can't get
love
enough.
you.
No, they love them Hufflepuffs.
They love you, you bastard.
It's a little sad. It's like Christmas. It's like the build-up was like we were waiting for it, and then it's just over. But like, still feel it. Still excited. Still got presents to unwrap. Brittany, Carlos, AJ, and I all were in the same class together. So watching them all perform 1001 Nights together every single time they went on stage, just out backstage, I was like, ooh! It was beautiful. They're so talented. It's crazy watching, a family member. But they're not family, but they are family. It's crazy. This is after the show. It's crazy. It feels crazy. I feel crazy.
You feeling good? I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm at home. Home. I've heard the word before. It's never meant much more than just a thing I've never had.
We love each other.
More than ever.
A place. They say, hey, know your place.
It was the highlight. This reunion was the highlight of my year. Getting to see the fans, getting to see this family again, getting to all be together is, I don't know. I'll be riding this high for a long, long time.
It's just a great feeling of serenity, I think. Yeah, it was nice. It was like no time had passed by. we're all one big family.
Since I have had a reason to, and to think it's been here.
I'd be like, look around at all the people who are here around you. These are all my family.
Yeah.
You got Uncle Joe, Uncle Dylan.
Stop trying to search so hard for, perfection, because the people right next to you are like already the shit.
This must be how it feels to have a home. I used to dream about it, but I never schemed or counted.
I'm just enjoying the hell out of this, and I'm so emotional. I'm like feeling all the StarKid love so deeply. Like, I was standing there during Dragon Song watching Darren sing with the crowd, and this sounds so trippy, but I swear to God, I had this moment of like, I saw that consciousness had put itself together in these forms and these bodies, and with all these StarKids out there, and Darren singing, and like how fucking lucky I am that this is the life I was given, and that I get to be a part of this. Like that this is here forever. I was so grateful. I started crying just watching it.
That's so nice.
I'm wide open these days.
I loved hearing everyone sing along to Jamie's song. It was funny because she said, I've been alone, but she was singing it with so many people. And this is why this show touches these people, because when they were alone, these are the songs that made them feel like they were a part of something bigger. And they are. It's called StarKid.
So there you go. That's how we closed the chapter on 10 years of StarKid. And who knows, if America survives and the world is still habitable in the year 2029, maybe we'll see you for the 20th. Thanks for watching.